it's me,
Hey
Mitch
guys,
Jaden,
it's me, Mitch Jaden,
and guess what? I am back. Yes, I am starting back up my YouTube channel. I took a break after all of my episode reviews, but however, I will be back doing my weekly videos. I'm so excited. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming for you, a lot of fun challenges, etc., etc., etc. However, I've just had a lot on my mind, because of the recent shootings and, it seems like our world is going crazy. On my personal Facebook account, I've just posted all of these videos. It just makes me sad, everything that's going on in the world. And pretty much this video is gonna be about some of the videos that I've seen, some of the videos that have impacted me. However, I want to start off first with saying, hashtag not all cops are bad. Yes, that is absolutely right. Absolutely not all cops are bad. Actually, most of them, they come to work every day. They're very passionate. They do their jobs. They do it great. This is not a video to bash the cops or anything like that. Before people get all negative, because I know that some people are already about to click the dislike video and are probably already about to unsubscribe or unfollow. Before you do that, I would like for you to at least get to the end of the video. Once you get to the end of the video and you still feel as if you should unsubscribe, please do so. I want people to really be able to open their minds about everything that's going on in the world right now. There's been so much going on with discrimination, Black Lives Matter, and then there's All Lives Matter, and then everybody's, getting all butthurt and panties in a bunch and everything just about just the whole movement. Hopefully, maybe one day we will all be able to come together as one. There's been so many mass shootings in the post-Orlando tragedy and Alton Sterling, and just so much killing and so much hate in the world. And it really bothers me. I've been so bothered, and I feel like before I even start to post all my fun videos and stuff, I just felt like I just had to put together a little video. I am going to leave all the videos that I am referencing down below in the description box. I highly, highly, highly recommend for you guys to watch all of these videos all the way through. Hopefully, if you don't understand the Black Lives Matter movement, I would like for you to watch these and have an open mind and at least get a better understanding. Some of you may wonder, Jaden, have you ever been profiled, or do you think you've been discriminated by the police? Well, not usually. Now, I've gotten a couple of, tickets in the past and stuff like that. But however, that was my fault. So I ain't got nothing to say. That was my bad, honey. I be speeding, trying to get to the gigs. Honey, they radar me. And then, honey, yeah, I've had to pay a couple of tickets, which they were my fault. So that ain't profiling, honey. That's just because I messed up, because I was disobeying the law of the land. But, however, there was one instance that I do not agree with. I'll try to make the story as quick as possible. Pretty much, it was one day, we were having a good day. It was me and my drag daughter, Venus and Serena. We were driving in my old little Madam Blueberry mobile. It was a 2008 Toyota Yaris. It looks like this. Yes, honey. I'm riding down the street with my good old Blueberry. We come to a stoplight. We come behind a cop. And so, the light turns green, and, we're just following like right behind the cop. So, but I noticed the speed limit, there was a street sign that had the speed limit, I think it was 45 miles per hour. And I'm just behind this cop, and I'm just like, what is taking this man so long? And why is he going like 25 miles per hour in, a 45? I was like, well, honey, I'm not about to stay behind him. So, and I'm not doing anything wrong. So I'm gonna go around him. He going slow. And I'm not about to stand behind him just, being, like all scared and timid for what, honey? As I'm going around the cop, I noticed now there was two cops in the car. There were two Caucasian males, one of them was very attractive. As we're pulling around, me and my drag daughter, we're looking at them like, why y'all going so slow? Like, what's the tea? It was a clear street. There was no accidents. What's going on? And you're going way under the speed limit. And they were both looking at us like, and we were just like, oh, okay, that's fine. I made sure I didn't go over that speed limit because, honey, he would have done clocked me. I'm about to come to a light to make a left turn to get to my mom's house. And I get to the light and I make a turn. Now, mind you, the cop is still in the middle lane. I noticed once I turn, the cop turns from the middle lane, which is illegal, turns from the middle lane and gets behind me. And I'm like, oh. So I looked at my drag daughter. I said, Vass, girl, I think I'm about to get pulled over. And she was like, girl, why? What happened? You didn't do anything. I said, girl, I know. But I was like, the way they was looking at us, I feel like they're about to pull us over. Next thing you know, about 10 seconds later, here come the blue lights. I was just like, oh. Well, here we go, girl. And my drag daughter, you know, she's like, girl, what did you do? I was like, I didn't do anything. Girl, you in here? Like, what's the tea? You know, I pull over on the side. Now, honey, I am legit. When I tell you Legit, legit, I'm legged, honey. So I pull out my license, registration, and insurance, honey. Pow, pow, pow. Just like that, honey. Anytime I get pulled over, honey, here you go. Here's my documentation. Because, honey, you ain't about to get me together on this traffic stop. No ma'am, no ham, no Pam. Both of the cops come around. And so, you know, I rolled down my window. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, hey, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, no, what's going on? And he was like, oh, your bright lights are on. Your high beams are on. And I was like, no, they're not on. He was like, well, that's the reason why I'm pulling you over. And I was like, well, here's my high beams. So I go to my little switch and I turn on my high beams. I said, that's my high beam light. And this is what my high beams look like. My high beams were not on. He was like, well, sir, I'm just going to need you to hand over your documentation. And I'm like, okay. So he goes back to the car with my license, registration, and insurance. And so he's back there for like forever. And I'm just like, all right. He was literally back there for probably about 25, 30 minutes. And I'm like, at first I was like, okay, I'm expecting this to take maybe 5, 10 minutes max. Why are you back there? What you looking up? My ancestry? My family tree? Honey, what's the tea? Like, I'm going to need you to come on because, honey, I got things to do. I'm trying to see my mama. I'm trying to get things done. I ain't got time to be sitting here for no reason. Honey, you can't legally give me a ticket. So, honey, I'm going to need you to, you know, go ahead and get my stuff. So me and my drag daughter sitting there, girl, she's like, oh, girl, honey, what if they give you a ticket? I was like, girl, they can't give me a ticket for nothing. So cop comes back finally after all this time and after wasting my time. And he's like, oh, by the way, just so you know, you should never pass a cop. Really? I should never pass. And I was like, well, I mean, you were going well under the speed limit, so I thought I would go around you. You know, he was like, well, that's never a good idea, sir. And I was like, well, legally, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Now, me and my drag daughter, because of this event that happened, me and my drag daughter have a inside joke where it's like, girl, I'm legit. I'm legit, because that's exactly what I said to the cop. Now, luckily, he didn't, you know, drag me out the car and punch me or tase me or anything for, you know, saying anything like that. But I was like, well, you know, I don't understand why I should be scared to pass you, because I said, honey, I'm legit. I have nothing to hide, you know, and that's that. He was like, sir, don't get an attitude with me. And I was like, well, honey, I'm not getting an attitude. I'm just, you know, telling you that I have nothing to hide. I didn't do anything wrong, and that's that. So he's just sitting here just yapping at me, and I was like, you know what? Let me just shut up, honey, because girl, I'm not having it on tonight. Not on tonight. So he finally gives me all my documentation and stuff back, and him and his little partner went back to their car. They turned off their lights, and I drove away. I feel that first of all, he had no reason to pull me over. And even if that was a mistake on his part, at that point in time, once I showed you that my high beams weren't on, you should have released me right there. Point blank, period. But I understand you got to, you know, run me through the system, do whatever. With that being said, I feel like that they looked at us and I feel like they were really profiling, you know, and whatever the reason may be, I don't know what was in that cop's head. Maybe he wasn't profiling. I feel like I was. But at the end of the day, there's no way to prove it. Who knows? But all I'm saying is I have sympathy for people who do get pulled over, who are unarmed, for people who, you know, what if that cop would have, you know, drugged me out that car and tased me or shot me? You know, there are things that happen, and this has been happening before social media. I mean, years and decades before, this has been happening, you know, for so long, but you know, thanks to social media, now everybody gets to see live videos, you know, of everything that's going on. And all I'm saying is, and the reason why I'm making this video is I want you guys, everybody, to please, please, please open your hearts, open your minds. You know, just because, you know, somebody may have had a criminal background. I heard that they were trying to pull up some of the people that they shot, their criminal background or what they used to do. Just because somebody has a criminal background does not give a right to kill someone. And I feel like shooting someone should be the last resort. Point blank, period. That's all I got to say. Shooting someone should be the last resort, and that's it. And when it becomes the first resort, you know, when they pull that out, it's like, oh, well, I'm about to kill you. Especially when, you know, the other person isn't pulling out a gun, you know, aiming at them. That's what affects me. Because when I see stuff like that, I start to think, oh, wow, what if that was me? There are a couple of videos that I want to share with you. Once again, they're down below in the description box. The first video, it's called a social experiment, if you guys haven't seen it before, and it was taken in Oregon. Now, what this social experiment is pretty much about, just click on the video, you'll see it. But there's two guys who have a permit to carry a rifle, and they just wanted to see how cops would react differently in different situations. And when I saw this video, it really, I don't know, it just really affected me. So I want you to, I'm not going to tell you everything that happens. I want you to just click on the video. The second video I would like for you to check out and share, please share these videos if you want, is the video is entitled Why Black Lives Matter is Important. And it's just explaining to people, because I feel like a lot of people start bashing the Black Lives Matter movement without fully understanding what it's fully about. And it's not saying that everybody else's life doesn't matter, you know, but I thought this was a good video. However, I'll let you know that the guy who's explaining it, sometimes he may be like sound a little bit offensive, but if you listen to what he's saying, he is telling the absolute truth. So make sure you click on that video as well. The last video that I would like for you guys to watch is my favorite video. The video is called Opposing Protestors Meet in Dallas. And if the world could come around and could come to that point in the video, this is what it's all about. Is the understanding and people loving one another and us coming together. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, whatever color you are, if you're green, blue, purple, or orange. I'm hoping that my world, my generation, my community, we can all come together and love each other. Let's stop the hate. Let's stop the discrimination. Let's stop everything, and let's work towards a bigger, brighter, and better future. Next week won't be so serious. I cannot wait. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be releasing all types of challenges, stupid stuff, makeup tutorials. My friend Danny, he's a special effects makeup artist. He does me up in like these crazy skeleton face. I will be posting all that stuff on my channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. I love you all. And no matter what color you are, honey, you can work your puss the same way. Yes, ma'am. Work that puss.